Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Let's Battle, where we try to build decks that nobody else really is playing. And today we're going to try to look at Mega Darkrai EX, specifically the deck that PTCG Live gave us with this new Pitch Black update. And to be honest, it looks promising. It looks like it's a condition deck. You gotta put a bunch of conditions on your opponent's Pokemon. But main attacker forces Mega Darkrai EX for 2 Shadow Energy, or Dark Energy. Dusk Raid, 110 damage. If your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 110 more damage, so potentially doing 220 damage for 2 Darkness Energy. Pretty good. Also, Abyss Eye, if your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, it is knocked out, so kinda deadly. And we can help facilitate that with Dangerous Laser, Dark Bell, and Lycia's Appeal. I've always liked Lycia's Appeal. I thought it was an underplayed card, and especially be going out of rotation next year, but I think it's superior to Boss's Orders. The only caveat is it has to be basic Pokemon, you know, so, but still, pretty effective. We also run Petrant to try to get some of those damage counters on our benched Pokemon, potentially. And also Janine. We can do that through Janine. And, you know, she gives us 2 Darkness Energy on our Pokemon, but if it's our active, he is now poisoned. Pretty effective. And we can always do a lot more damage with Binding Mochi, allowing our active poisoned Pokemon to do 40 more damage, so that'll be useful. And yeah, the only thing I don't like about this build is the 1/1/1 line of Gengar. I mean, I get it. You know, you get them when you get them. And when you get them, man, it's going to be very useful. It's just, it's filling up space in your deck, and it's an evolution line. So that's why we're going to have to waste more room in this deck with a rare candy. But, like I said, we're going to test it out and see how it goes. And we'll go from there, guys. See if we can add anything to it and make it better. This match is against Mega Lucario, and well, it didn't end too well, but I think we held our own pretty well given the circumstances. Figured we probably shouldn't go first in this deck, given that we don't run a whole lot of evolutions, but then thinking about it again, you might want to, if you got Toxel for Toxicity. He's filling up his bench pretty nicely here. And ultimately, Lucario is a deck that needs to go first. It's a pretty aggressive deck. That's the one thing this deck doesn't really have, it's aggression. Have to kind of think about early game attackers. Maybe even Yveltal to keep an active Pokemon there. Gonna look to see what I got real quick, and then just gonna get a Janine's for next turn. Right, he's going to do Lunar Cycle, going to evolve his Lucario, and then switch. Now my Meowth is in danger. His weakness is Fighting type, but luckily I did Dangerous Laser on him. But what good that'll do, I have no idea. not take away his burn. He added an energy after putting down Gravity Mountain. Luckily, we don't run any Stage 2 except Mega Gengar. He's like a shiny Pokemon in this deck. He's gonna pop up very rarely. Alright, he's gonna Pokepad for a Hariyama. We got that to look forward to. And he stays confused, and a visible sign of disappointment from our opponent, ladies and gentlemen. Just boss up his Makuhita. Kinda have some disruption there. Okay, and surprisingly, after evolving his Hariyama, he did not switch our Pokemon. I don't know why, because either way, I'm taking that thing out if I can right now, but did not draw into any energy, so it is now my opponent's turn. He is going to switch back into his Mega Lucario with Maximum Belt. Oh, and of course he's going to Wally's Compassion. Taking an energy back, he will attach again, doing double damage to my poor little Meowth. He is now knocked out. Gonna move my Mega Gengar into the active spot. Do some Sinister Surge on a Mega Darkrai. Get him semi-ready. Do some damage on Mega Lucario. He now has 230, but he already has a charged up Hariyama on his bench and another Mega Lucario with 1 energy, so we're not looking too pretty here. He's going to Lilies. And yeah, 660 damage done to my poor Gengar. Gonna move up my Mega Darkrai EX. Luckily I have him fully charged. Do a Sinister Surge on my other Mega Darkrai. Knock his Mega Lucario. I don't know, I have a little bit of hope. Still not looking pretty. Not able to one-shot him in one way, and I'm trying to think if there's any way I can add anything to give Mega Darkrai an extra punch here, but no. Maybe another monkey. Take out another Mega Darkrai and add another monkey in there, huh? Kinda cool. But I would like to see extra energy per turn on this deck. Yes, I know, but at this point I decided to concede. Foreseeably, in 2 turns he would have knocked me out either with Hariyama or his Lunatone. So, after attacking, of course, with his Hariyama. So I decided to concede. I lost that match. We'll take the L, boys, but moving on, right? Sadly, however, I went on to take 2 more Ls. After these battles, I felt that the deck needed a lot to be improved upon, so I did that. And then something really messed up happened when I was battling this Tyrantrum deck. I used Abyss Eye on his confused Tyrantrum and it did not knock his Pokemon. I don't know if it's because he already had a bunch of damage on it. He was almost knocked out. I should have just done Dusk Raid. He would have been knocked. I would have won this, but still, it was a loss nonetheless. Which kind of brings me to a point that I've always had about this game. We're kind of their free beta testers for Pokemon, the Pokemon Company, Game Freak. We're testing their games for free. Imagine they could fire a whole wing of people and have us just test their game for free. So just remember that at the back of your guys' head when you're going against certain decks and you're only getting certain kind of matches. So after those battles, I felt that this deck was severely missing something. It could just never gain traction. I felt like I felt like I hit a wall in a lot of the time. So I put in 2 Colruses, 3 Hildas, put in 3 Shadowy Energies, 1 Mega Signal, 1 Petrol, 1 Dark Bell for that extra condition on my opponent's Pokemon, and 2 Dizzying Valleys. I'm kind of surprised it didn't include that in this deck, Dizzying Valley. But yeah, I had to take out 2 Lilies. I had to take out 3 energies and swap those 3 regular ones, basic energies, for 3 shadowy. I put in 1 Ultra Ball. I took out those Grimsley's move and 2 Academy at night because that's just kind of too based on RNG of luck. The luck RNG. We don't really like that. We like consistency, alright? And I switched out a boss for a couple Pokemon catchers. I think it's going to be pretty effective. With Petrol, you can just look for Pokemon catchers, kind of disrupt your opponent slightly, potentially a lot. And we'll see how this goes for us. I like the concept of Mega Darkrai EX. It's a cool build, especially in the expanded format, so I think we're going to start doing more expanded content as well, apart from standard. But I think the standard format kind of limits us vastly. Of course, everyone knows this, right? And as such, this deck really is limited in punching power in certain aspects, especially when it comes versus decks against that have any sniping potentials like Starmie, Mega Starmie, and Greninja, or a killer combo. They're going to be the meta after Dragapult essentially dies in rotation next year. It's a good deck. My kid plays that deck a lot. It's very effective, of course, but the main thing about it is its draw power. So if this deck had a draw engine, maybe a Dunsparce draw engine, it would be insane, right? But again, now we're wasting space on Pokemon that are not attackers and just filling up the bench, and it gets kind of into different realms at that point. Used a Dark Bell on Bulbasaur. He is now confused. I know it's probably a little too early of the game for that confusion, that little Dark Bell, but I like to put the pressure on my opponent a lot of the times. I'm very aggressive. So that's why I did that, but hopefully it'll pay off. It'll force them to have to switch eventually. Hopefully we'll draw into a Dizzying Valley is the main reason. And at that point we'll be trading stadiums, but I think he probably runs 4, if I'm not mistaken, in that deck. I only run 2 Dizzying Valleys, so I'll run out quicker than him. But, you know, if this was against Beedrill, I don't know, man. This deck would be very, very scary. I don't know if this deck could go up against something like that. Gonna put down Little Fez. Gonna evolve Toxtricity so I can do Sinister Surge. Gonna attach to the monkey over here so I can heal off of Toxtricity. Do some Adrena Brain. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attach Sinister Surge energy to Seviper. Man, this Pokemon is really underrated. If you got a dark deck with a Mega Pokemon in it, put this guy in it. He's a sleeper. Do some big knockouts for reals. My opponent is now completely set up. He has 2 Venusaurs, Mega Venusaurs. He has his Ogerpon EX. He's got his Meganium. And they got 5 energies, making it 10 energies because of Meganium, Baby Meganium's ability, Wild Growth, and he knocks out my Toxicity. I drew into a Mega Signal. I'm going to use it to find my Mega Darkrai and put him on my bench. And I'm going to do a Adrena Brain on his Venusaur, healing all the damage off my Seviper. I kind of want to get rid of a Mega Darkrai and throw in another monkey. More monkeys is always good. And now that I have my Mega Darkrai on my bench, I can attack with my Seviper. And I'm going to charge him up with Colress, and I'm going to go ahead and find Dizzying Valley. Why not? Gonna touch the final energy Seviper needs. And I know I didn't need to do Dark Bell here before my attack, but again, we need to assert dominance, guys, alright? So I'm gonna go ahead and do 240 damage to him. Now visibly shook, the opponent does not know what to do, and he needs to move that Venusaur unless he risks taking more damage from his confusion. We're getting him knocked, right? Wow, and he just passes it back to me. And oh man, I drew into an energy. I can attach and then do Janine. Yeah, it's really bizarre he didn't attack, but now I'm just gonna attack with my Seviper again, knocking out his Pokemon, granting me 3 prize cards. I actually built a deck with Hydreigon EX with Grimsley. The whole basis was Knight Academy and Academy at Night and Grimsley, but it's just too luck-based. It's just too inconsistent, you know, and it just doesn't work. Okay, Venusaur just took a massive jungle dump on my Seviper. And hopefully we'll get lucky here. Drew into a Hilda, gonna Fez and Dippity, flip the script, and I got a Petrol, Ultra Ball, and a Pokepad. And oh yeah, and then I guess I opted to go with the Night Stretcher to get an energy back onto my Darkrai. Use Petrol for the confusing dangerous laser rather, and put the condition on Venusaur and did Abyss Eye for the knock. Pretty epic. I have to go first in this deck given the evolution lines I have. Maybe it'll give me a better competitive edge. We'll see. Judging by my opponent's mulligan here, we're probably going to go against a Mega Lucario deck. No problem. Nice, and very typical of this game, I went first to get an evolutionary edge, and of course I didn't get no basic Pokemon that I needed, just their evolutions. Thank you PTCG Live. Had to waste an Ultra Ball on my Toxel so I can evolve him next turn to start getting charged up, but hopefully we'll be alright. Very interesting, he decided to charge up the Riolu on the bench instead of the active one, and he bossed up my Toxel. Could have hit for double damage, and he only has 1 card remaining. I wonder what that 1 card is. I was kind of hard coming to a decision there, but ultimately I went with Air Balloon so I can get my evolved Toxicity out of the active spot. And then I can do some Sinister Surgeon. Big damage on that little Riolu, 240 from my Seviper.
I got my Mega Darkrai EX on the board, so drew into a Lilies. I'm gonna do this Lilies, pretty helpful card. Alright, got a Buddy Poffin, gonna do that, and I got my Mega Darkrai. Gonna do my Ghastly and Toxel to fill up my bench a little more. Gonna Sinister Surge on my Mega Darkrai, he's gonna take 20 damage. Gonna use my Mega Signal to find my Mega Gengar. And gonna pass.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And of course, one of the only cards he had was either the Lunatone or the Energy, and of course he drew one of those. Put Lunatone down, did Lunar Cycle. Okay, man, he just knocked out my Toxicity. This is getting a little hairy. Okay, my Pokemon catcher just failed, so I guess I'll just petrol and try to find a dangerous laser. And at least just put some conditions on Mega Lucario to try to give me an edge here. Pokepadded into a Makuhita and put him on his bench. That could pose a problem in the future. And there goes Mega Lucario doing damage to himself like a special guy.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
I'm gonna do a Janine. I only had one energy, but it's lucky, right? I'm only gonna attach it to Darkrai. He's fully charged. He can do Abyss Eye. Into the eye of the abyss, Lucario, you shall go. And he did a judge, a futile attempt, right guys? To try to win, but we'll see what kind of hand he gets now. Oof, he just knocked out my Pokemon, but it's getting closer and closer to win. He only has 3 prize cards, but luckily I'm gonna knock out his Lucario right now.
Ironic.
He judged me only for me to get a special red card in my hand. Pretty ironic if you ask me. And there's the knockout on Mega Lucario, giving me 3 prize cards, only 2 to go. We got this. And he switched his Soul Rock for his Meowth EX, and he actually charged up his Meowth. I don't know why. Passing it back to me, I show a visible sign of confusion to my opponent. And of course I knock out for the win, guys. And there you have it, guys. Mega Darkrai EX. At first, the PTCG Live deck that they gave us for free, and then my little revision at the end, little tweaks and alterations. Going forward, I think we're going to continue working on the decks we build here, and making any revisions to them that we can come up together, hopefully, and hopefully we can come up with some masterpieces, guys. Alright? I really like this revision, Hilda, being able to find my evolution Pokemon a little quicker, and Shadowy Energy, and Colress as well, finding a Shadowy Energy, and the Dizzying Valley. Shadowy Energy, of course, will help with sniping any Pokemon that will do damage to us. And yeah, and I also like the Mega Signal, being able to find any of my Megas. But I'm thinking about taking out Mega Darkrai for another Pokemon, and hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that, and see you guys next time, alright?